Views and claims expressed are those of the program producer and are not endorsed by this station. Opinions expressed are not necessarily those of radio station KMET, its management, employees, or affiliates.
It's time to steer the line.
Touchdown!
Sports betting, fantasy football, and the latest NFL news. Featuring Loudesmond, Christian Giordani, Rocky Giordani, and Jeremy James. Bet on us to make you a better.
What?
Let's get ready to steer the line.
Good afternoon, folks of the Inland Empire. Welcome to Steer the Line, where you get all your NFL news, football betting advice, and fantasy breakdowns. I'm your host and statistical analysis expert, Christian Giordani. The man to the right of me is our ex-professional athlete, Rocky Giordani. And, of course, we have Loudesmond, our professional sports handicapper. Unfortunately, we're missing Jeremy James, our fantasy football guy.
He's under the weather.
He's under the weather. We would hopefully see him next week.
He's
Fellas,
sick about his fantasy football prospects.
How you guys doing?
Good. Happy Friday.
Great, man. Happy Friday. Yeah, doing really good, man. It's 75 degrees down here. I'm wearing shorts.
Too hot.
I didn't have a shirt on until about 10 minutes ago all day. It's really nice down there, man. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Week 13 is over.
I'm rocking the
Can you believe
turtleneck
it?
and the
Yeah,
Can you
sweater.
believe it, man?
Yep. Week 13 is over, and I want to ask every single one of you guys, who is the new favorite for the MVP going ahead into Week 14?
You mean
Brock
by
Purdy.
well, I think the MVP should be Tyreek Hill. I'm sorry. I think
No,
he's the most valuable player right now in the NFL. Period.
no, McCaffrey is the most valuable player in the NFL.
Really?
Well,
Yeah.
according to the numbers, it's Brock Purdy plus 300 now, according to Vegas.
Good for him.
Good for Brock Purdy. Last
That would
week
be
in the draft.
fun to see Mr. Irrelevant win the MVP.
Yeah.
What a
Oh,
great
yes.
storyline.
I saw a video of when he was drafted, and they said, "You're going to be drafted as Mr. Irrelevant." And he goes, "That's okay, man. I'm ready to roll for you guys." You know,
Yeah.
just do it.
Great
You know?
kid. But from what Rocky was saying, I completely agree. Tyreek Hill is the most valuable player in the NFL. He has completely changed that Miami culture. He's made him a winning team since he's got there, man.
Tyreek Hill can do one thing.
Run
Run.
really fast.
Yeah, he can run really fast.
Yeah.
McCaffrey
And he's a great route runner.
McCaffrey can run in between the tackles. He can run outside. He can block. He can catch passes, and not short passes. He can catch long touchdown passes. He is so multidimensional. You know what he reminds me of? Here, let me show you. He is a football multi-tool.
Yeah.
He's a multi-tool football player.
Him and Deebo Samuel are the most versatile football players in the league. But
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I agree. Christian McCaffrey is awesome.
Special.
You know, I said when he came to that team that's what they were missing was a 1,000-yard rusher. He's legitimate. He is the real thing. He's the best running back in the league right now.
by far.
I wouldn't be mad if McCaffrey won it either, but I don't think.
But you know what? You know what is against McCaffrey? He's got two problems. He's not a quarterback,
right?
And he's a white guy playing a black guy position.
You said it. I didn't say it from your lips. You said it, not
No,
me.
I'm serious. I mean,
and I
he's
agree.
a white guy.
He's a white guy. There will
Yeah.
be no white MVPs, man. That's not going to happen.
Well, no. I'm saying that you're not. It's going to be very hard for a 5'10" white guy to win the MVP as a running back.
Yep.
There's a bias there. Let's just be honest, okay?
Or as a wide receiver.
Yeah,
Right.
truthfully, if Cooper Kupp didn't win MVP in his Triple Crown season, no wide receiver will. That was the greatest wide receiver season.
No white wide receiver will.
No
If
wide
Cooper
receiver
Kupp-
will ever win an
No
MVP.
white receiver.
I don't care about white or no.
Yeah,
No receiver
Hill
will win an
He
MVP.
won't win it. He should win it straight out, and he won't
He's
win
gonna
it.
break 2,000 yards.
Okay, let me.
right.
I want to introduce a segment. Hot seat or not seat? Let's start with the quarterbacks. So we're deciding whether or not they're on the hot seat and whether they're not going to be there next year. First, Justin Fields, Rocky.
I think they came this close to stepping away from Justin Fields already this year. And I think if they don't do something exciting against Detroit this week,
they have the number 1 and number 5 draft picks.
Yeah, he's going to be in trouble if they don't start winning a lot real soon. A division game coming up this week. His hot seat might be this week. If he loses this week, they may be done with him. Yes,
Christian,
hot seat.
I think they give him another year. I think Chicago's going to make the mistake and give him another year.
He's gone. There's salary cap implications that are problems. If you keep him, now you're looking at year number 4 with him, and you're going to have to extend him during the season or have that hanging over you. And who knows what quarterbacks are going to be available next year. So I think Caleb Williams is going to the Chicago Bears. I think that's a mistake. My number 1 quarterback on the board is Michael Penix Jr. I think he's the best quarterback. I think he's the best character guy. The kid from North Carolina, Drake May, I've never seen him play in a real big game. I couldn't find him on TV this year ever. North Carolina's irrelevant, and Bo Nix never plays well in big games. He's a loser. He's a great kid. He's a loser. He was a loser at Auburn. He's a loser at Oregon when it comes to the big games.
The segment is not seat or hot seat.
Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray, he's gone. He's gone.
Because they have the second pick, right? Second or third?
Yes. Second.
Okay. So Kyler Murray. So who do you think? Do you think Caleb Williams goes first?
No.
Who?
I don't think Caleb. I think Bo Nix goes first.
Bo Nix.
He's the best quarterback in that draft, in my opinion.
Nah, Michael Penix is better.
Yeah, they never get it right.
Michael Penix beat him twice.
Yeah, they never get it right. I think he goes first.
So, all right. So Bo Nix goes first because, hey, he looks like a quarterback. Kyler Murray, who is Arizona picking as a quarterback then? Is that Caleb Williams to Arizona?
Yeah, I think Caleb Williams goes first. Whoever gets the first pick, and if they need a quarterback at all.
By the way, Caleb Williams' dad is on the record saying that if Caleb Williams is picked by Arizona, he's not playing for them. So
that's what you want to hear.
He's not Eli Manning. He's not going to get that kind of leeway.
He can go back to college for another year. He's making a ton of money on an NIL deal.
$7.5 million.
Yeah. So, I mean, he's making, think about this. He's making more on the NIL deal than he will make in the NFL as a first-round draft pick.
Yep.
So, if Arizona picks him, I don't think he goes there. I think they know that. So, I think something weird is going to happen there. Mac Jones.
Done.
Yeah, he's gone. He's going to the XFL.
He's already not playing. Zappy took his position.
Yep. Great game by Bailey Zappi last night, by the way.
Yeah,
Desmond Ridder. Atlanta.
Desmond Ridder, I think they're going to give him a chance.
Yeah, he stays.
He stays. It's only his second year. He's winning the division so far, and that's all you can ask for right now.
Yeah, Kenny Pickett, Pittsburgh.
Kenny Pickett.
Oh, yeah. I think they like him.
I think he gets another year.
He probably does, but I think it's
not
the wrong
sure he
decision.
Deserves it. Not sure he deserves it. And then Sam Howell, Commanders.
Yeah.
The Commanders have the 4th pick in the draft.
And they're not going to go quarterback. Sam Howell is the future in Washington. I believe that. They have decided that. And I think that's the way they're going to go, obviously.
If Sam Howell is the answer, you're asking the wrong question.
Right. Well, it's in Washington. Dude, it's Washington. They're not even the Redskins anymore. They're the Commanders.
Okay, so let's go to the coaches because I can tell you this. Ron Rivera is gone.
Yes.
Yeah.
We were just talking about this last night, weren't we, Rock?
Yes, we were.
If Ron Rivera, his whole coaching staff, and the GM get flushed, what does the new GM and new coach want more than anything? Their own guy at quarterback.
Right, their own quarterback.
So I think Sam Howell is definitely in danger. Bill Belichick, hot seat or not seat?
I go first. Bill Belichick is going to San Diego. It's the only place that makes sense. The only place that makes sense. They've got a coach that knows nothing about football.
Wait. He's going to San Diego, so he's going to manage the Padres?
No, he's gonna go
He's
to
coming to LA.
Diego.
Because if he goes to San Diego, it's the Padres or some XFL team I haven't heard of.
I'm sorry. The Chargers.
LA.
LA
yeah.
Chargers. Okay.
LA.
They're forever San Diego.
I'm never gonna call them the LA Chargers.
Me neither.
He goes to the Chargers. They got a coach that knows nothing about football. They've got a great base. They've got a good base for their defense. I know nothing is
Brandon
great.
Brandon Staley is 1 foot in the grave already.
Yeah.
Okay, so this plays into our Super Dog segment, Christian, because my Super Dog is the Broncos. They're going to beat the Chargers, and I think Staley gets fired after the game.
Yeah, from your lips to God's ears.
That's my prediction.
All right. Is that it for the...
By the way, let's just point out one thing to know about the Chargers. They have one of the highest defensive payrolls in the country. What am I saying? In the NFL.
Yeah, well.
I got one more hot seat for you.
A hot seat, okay.
I got one more. Is Daniel Jones going to be a New York Giant next year?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
They already paid him.
They already paid him. And the coach this year and Andrew Jones, they're going to get a total pass for how bad this year has been because of all the injuries and just crap that happened. And because they showed so much promise the year before.
But is it the right decision to keep Daniel Jones on?
Oh, God, no. God, that's what they're going to do. But no, it's terrible. And the Jets.
They can cut him and save the money for the next 2 years.
And the Jets and the Giants will both suck for another decade.
Now, the Jets, how in the heck do you have Aaron Rodgers out there and not bring in a decent backup quarterback? This is unforgivable. I don't know what they're going to do about this, but somebody needs to bite the dust in New York because they didn't have a good backup. Look at all the guys who are available. Carson Wentz. Maybe he didn't go to a Super Bowl, but he was a second overall pick. Nick Foles won a Super Bowl. Why did they get Nick Foles out there? There were so many guys available to back up Aaron Rodgers.
Matt Ryan's still available.
They had another one. They'd have no one.
For God's sake, they could have had Joe Flacco.
Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah.
He's better than the guy they got.
He had a great 3 quarters last week. Let's just say that.
Flacco did all right.
Jameis Winston to save the Jets.
Yeah.
He's a
Jameis Winston can't save anything.
There you go.
All right. Okay, I think that's it for our hot seat. Let's move on to our Wonder Dog. Loud, let's get your picks out of the way first.
I already threw it out there. Denver Broncos are going to beat the Chargers.
Denver Broncos. Rocky, your Wonder Dog of the week.
Oh, wait. Hang on. It's the Poughkeepsie Broncos will beat the San Diego Broncos. Sorry. Are going to beat
+7.
Rams +7 against the Ravens. I've been having
Whoa. No, a super dog has to win.
I just said the Rams.
Yeah, Rams +7.
But you said +7, which means you're playing the spread.
Yeah,
are you saying the Rams are going to beat the Ravens?
The Rams are going to beat the Ravens. That's my Wonder Dog. If I had to pick an underdog, that would be it.
Rams will beat the Ravens.
I've been having a tough time picking a wonder dog this week, and I wanted to stay away from this. Wait, Wait.
Take
but screw it. The Rams +7 against the Ravens. I'm with you, Rock. They're winning. They're winning the game.
Okay.
I don't care if it's biased.
Let me throw something out there, just so you know. The Ravens have beaten every team they've played in Baltimore by at least 13 points. Right. They are great at home.
Yes, they are.
Let me tell you something.
It's going to be raining, by the way.
The Rams' offensive line has not given up a single sack in the past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That's
They have been insane. Puka Nacua became a record holder for the Rams.
He's got a high ankle sprain.
He's still going to play. He's still going to play.
And he's not going to be what he is. It's going to be raining. It's going to be sloppy.
He came back in with that high ankle sprain and a bruised rib last week and gave 64 rushing yards and another 75
And you know what? He's not getting away with doing lines of coke and methamphetamines and getting shot with Novocaine.
No, man,
like
he's
he did
tall.
in
Those
LA.
tall guys are tough, man. He's gonna go play.
Okay.
Cooper Kupp is gonna do. Kyron Williams gonna run over 100 yards
Okay,
again.
Christian,
That's
you
the
were a great athlete. Rocky was a professional athlete. I was a crap athlete, but I got hurt a lot, which is great. So I have experience with this. It hurts a lot more when the game is over than it does when you still got the adrenaline running.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But him and Kupp are both a little dinged. And I think
Cooper Kupp, Cooper
yeah,
Kupp,
they're both a little dinged. So the Ravens are great at home. It's going to be sloppy, raining, windy. I trust the Ravens under those conditions a lot more.
You like the Ravens secondary, is what you're saying?
No, I like the Ravens at home in bad weather against a team like the Rams that does their best. If you look at where they play best, the Rams score a lot of points when they're on artificial turf in a dome. Yeah. When they play outdoors, they're not nearly as good because their whole scheme is built around speed and crossing routes and precision. Much harder to do outdoors in the elements. It's going to be raining, and the wind is going to be blowing at about 22 to 25 miles an hour.
I agree. They don't practice in bad weather.
That's tough. It's going to be tough.
In the inclement weather.
Okay, let's get on to our picks of the week. Loud. I know you got a bunch. Let's hit them out.
So first of all, in the Army-Navy game tomorrow, the winner will be the freaking USA, man! Jets flying over, giant flags on the field, country music. Donald Trump is going to be there. Man, I mean, you want to talk about – I love watching the Army-Navy game. Shout out to my dad who is passed away a number of years ago. He served in the Navy in World War II. My nephew, John, is a major in the U.S. Army. He served multiple tours in Afghanistan and Iraq as a Apache helicopter pilot. How at 6'4" he got folded into that cockpit, I have no idea, but he did. And, so I've got family on both sides of the game, but the pageantry, the patriotism, that game is one of my favorite things to watch all year long. I will be glued to my TV from 11:30 to 3:30 all the way through that broadcast, pregame and postgame. And I'm going to say whoever's getting points, let's face it, Army and Navy are both down years this year. And whoever's getting points I would take, and it's Navy +3. So I'm going to pick Navy to cover the 3 points.
Go Army, Navy.
Yes, sir.
NFL, my best bet is the 49ers minus 10.5. They have the Seahawks coming to 40. No, it's 10.5.
Oh. It is 13 now. It's at 13 right now.
Okay, well, when I picked it, it was 10.5. 13. Yeah, I'm still there. I'm still there at 13.
I don't know why it's not a million, but
yeah. Well, here's the thing. 4 weeks ago, they beat the Seahawks by 18 points in Seattle.
Right.
Now Seattle comes to them, and a lot of people are saying, oh, trap game, letdown game. No. Yeah, they beat the hell out of the Eagles, and that was great. These aren't college kids. These are professional football players who, by the way, I think want to leave no doubt that they are the best team in the NFL. And guess what? If the Cowboys beat the Eagles in the nightcap Sunday night, guess who's in a great position to get the number 1 seed? Yeah. The 49ers. This game is big for them. The Seahawks can't match up with them. I don't think anybody can. This may be close in the first half. 49ers are going to win by 20.
I agree.
I do as well.
I think it should be a bigger spread, but I don't think how do you justify laying more than 2 touchdowns? I mean, I think they're going to just annihilate them. They're going to scorch them, man. I agree.
Ravens, we already talked about this. Ravens are -7 at home. Now it's minus. Is it -8 yet? It was 7, and then it was 7.5.
7.5 right now.
Okay, I would buy the hook and get this down to 7 points, and I would take the Ravens. But I know both of you guys are Rams homers, so
you're welcome to take the Rams. Whatever you like.
Yeah, right. We'll die on that hill, though.
Lions, Bears, I'm going – this number seems weird to me.
Isn't it crazy?
We were talking about this before the show.
43? What do they know that I don't?
That's what scares me. It looks like a snake bite, but how do you it's a division game. Who do you like, Lou, by the way? I don't want to interrupt you.
I like the over. That's where I'm going on this game.
Wow.
They scored 57 points on Thanksgiving between the two of them. The Bears moved the ball up and down the field on the Lions, and the Lions had to come back to win that game on Thanksgiving. So now they play the Bears in Soldier Field. The Lions defense has not been all that in the last few weeks. So I don't like the Bears defense. I don't like the Lions defense. And here's the X factor. Justin Fields is going to be starting at quarterback again. And they're going to move on from him at the end of this season, but he's under contract. So I think they're going to want to showcase him and let him do his thing. So I think they're going to score more than they usually do. Justin Fields is going to score some points, make some first downs with his legs. And I like the over here. And I also like the over in the Eagles and Cowboys, which is 52.
It is. I'll tell you right now. It is.
When is that game? What time is that
50,
game?
Yeah, 52. 5:20. Monday Night Football. Monday night.
Yeah, all the
Sunday night.
Games.
Sunday night.
Sunday night. All the primetime games are going under. I like the under in that one. I wouldn't take the over in a primetime game this year if you put a gun to my head. I would not do it.
Dallas is scoring an average of like 38 points a game in the past few weeks. The Eagles have to win.
I hope they beat the Eagles. I hope the 49ers get the number 1 seed and rock and roll. Nobody in the AFC could beat either one of those 3 teams in the Super Bowl. I don't care which NFC goes to the Super Bowl. NFC is winning it this year 100%.
I'm going 35-28 Cowboys.
35-28 Cowboys. All right, Pop, your pick of the week.
Well, this is crazy, but I agree with everything Lou said, but I'm going to take the Detroit Lions because it's a division game and it's crunch time. If they've got a real shot.
I'm not against taking the Lions. I'm just taking the over.
Sure. They've got a real shot. They've got a real shot at getting the number 1 seed. They're going to have to get some help. They're only one game out of that number 1 seed spot. They would need some help. And they could get it. But the first thing they have to do is control their own destiny. I think the Lions come out with a purpose in a super important game against a team they can beat easily and should have last time and from Frankfurt, Germany on Thanksgiving. I think they just smoked the Chicago Bears.
The one thing that worries me is the Lions defense has regressed.
Yes, they have.
So
they got to step up. They got to step up this week.
Yeah,
I think
that offense.
That's the pick of the week. And believe me, I struggle between them and Cincinnati because Cincinnati's backup quarterback played great the other night.
A great game, yeah.
And he's going. And Cincinnati, by the way, would be if I couldn't take the Lions, I would take Cincinnati. And that.
Okay, and let me just throw out some professional prognosticator betting advice.
Boy,
never bet on a backup quarterback.
Yeah.
Never bet a bad team against a bad team. When bad teams play bad teams, weird S happens. And backup quarterbacks. I mean, look, Josh Dobbs a month ago was the future in Minnesota after one game. And now he's like, oh.
He's back at NASA.
Right.
I read something about Josh Dobbs.
And the poor guy looks like his face melted.
I'm a fan.
There's something weird going on there.
I love Josh Dobbs.
After today, I'm a fan. I read something about
Christian,
him.
Best bet.
My bet. I got 2 games coming in for my best bet of the week, and they're both AFC West teams. I got the Broncos plus 2.5 against the Chargers. this week. I think
You
Russell
gonna buy
Wilson,
that hook up to 3 and pay the penalty, or are you gonna leave it at 2.5?
I'm leaving it. I'm leaving it at 2.5.
Oh man.
I'm leaving it at 2.5.
Okay.
And then speaking of, Josh Dobbs' insanity run is over, unfortunately. He's probably going to be a backup somewhere else next year. I got the Las Vegas Raiders winning this week, +3 against the Vikings.
No. I had the Raiders under 7 wins for $300 at the beginning of the season. And when they fired Josh McDaniels, I'm like, no! Please, God, don't do that. They might win some games if you fire him, and they have.
Yep.
So frustrating. By the way, a game we haven't talked about at all, which is actually a huge game, Bills, Kansas City.
Bills, Kansas City.
That's
And I like
1 minute.
I like the Bills. I like the Bills.
One more thing while we're here. We never do Thursday night's game. So we're going to go ahead and do next week Thursday night's game. Chargers at Las Vegas Raiders, +4 the Raiders. Who do you guys like?
Raiders.
Raiders.
Because they will have just fired their coach, the Chargers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the Bills in this game. The Bills have to come on. We deserve to have them in the playoffs. They have
Kansas
to win
City's
out. They
fading.
start by beating the crap out of Kansas City. I think the Bills are going to make the playoffs.
I got KC.
Overpaying that overrated quarterback, Patrick Mahomes, is starting to show cracks in the Kansas City foundation.
I got the best quarterback in the league and Kansas City in this game. We are Steer the Line, guys. This has been Week 14 preview. We will see you guys next week for Week 15.
I'm going to miss football when it's over.
Go Rams, go Raiders, go football.
Go Rams!